This is a demo video for Jonas. Jonas, your Graflex is finished, installed and ready to ship out. Your new Roman Hilts Graflex with Goth3D Knight Chassis and Proffieboard, Neopixel and Bluetooth. So let's jump right in and show you how to open it up and operate it. So when your Saber arrives, it's going to look exactly like this with your blade plug installed. And to open it up and turn it on, you're going to open this clamp, twist all the way, and then gently pull out, just gently shake out. And it's pretty tight around this area, so even just give it a twist and a shake, just like that. And your clamp card will come in and out. We'll just leave it in for the video now. So you can close this again, keep your clamp card in place. This back part of the Knight chassis twists around for a reveal. It reveals your kill switch and your recharge port. Of course, here you have your crystal chamber with your 3D printed parts in real precious metals with a real quartz crystal inside. So this is going to be your on and off switch. So right now the Saber is off, and when you switch this on, it's going to boot up. And your first font it's going to boot up onto is the ESP font from Kylo Ren Font as requested. And this is going to be your on switch. So there's your crystal on, your accents in the base of the hilt, and your blade plug, and you have your beautiful shine through glass eye. So that is your on off. So to play the music behind the track, you hold the button for 1 second. So 1. This is the Empire Strikes Back music, the music that came with the font from Kylo Ren Font. Hold down for 1 second again to turn off. This is your auxiliary button. It's a slider switch, so it's just a flick down. So you flick down like this, and you're gonna change to the next font. The next font is Father from Kylo Ren Font. You'll see here your accent Neopixels and your crystal also are set up to do a couple of different little things when the Saber is on compared to when it's off. So right now, with the blade off, the accents are just going back and forward. When you turn it on, they get a bit faster. The crystal is gonna mimic the blade, which is clashing. Your music behind here, of course, is the Imperial March for Darth Vader. And so they're your basic controls. Some other controls, let's show you volume control. So with volume control on the Saber, you hold down the auxiliary button for 1 second till you hear that tone, and then to go up, you press the main button in increments like this, and to go down, press the auxiliary. So you'll hear now it's going all the way down until it goes to the very lowest. Let's turn it back up for the purpose of the video. So up, 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 up. Now it's at that tone means it's at its loudest. Then you hold down again for 1 second to exit the volume menu, and you'll hear that tone. So that's the volume control, the on-off control, the music control, and the switching fonts. To go backwards through fonts, hold down. The Force is with you, young Skywalker. Hold down auxiliary and press main. So I will send an instructional sheet with all these button configurations on it as well, so that you can reference that when you're learning to use the buttons. Okay, so let's keep on going. Next, you're onto your Kylo Ren font. So what I'm actually going to show you next, especially for this blade because it looks pretty cool, is I'm going to put in your blade. So as I mentioned, your saber is going to come in this configuration with your blade plug installed. You're going to need to get yourself a little flathead screwdriver to undo this little screw right here. Just 1/2 turn should do it. And then you pinch the bunny ears. So you pinch these bunny ears like this, and your blade plug should pop out. So when you look inside there, you can see your stock V3 Neopixel connector. And this is your 36-inch blade that is going to be coming with your saber. So pinch bunny ears, insert the blade, push it all the way down. Keep a little push down on it and tighten the screw. Don't over tighten it, just tighten it just enough. And you have your blade turned on. So let me reposition a little bit and zoom out here so that you can see your blade. Pardon the mess of my workstation. So here we go. Let me turn off the light too so it'll get a little more effect. So there's your Kylo Ren. This is your fire blade from Kyberphonics, of course. Electro staff from Kyberphonics. Future 3000. And then some of the factory fonts. That's the music behind the factory fonts. Like I said, I put a mix of things on there. It's Clone Wars music. This is a magenta blade with the main theme behind it. This is a tri-gradient blade. You can see it doesn't really come out on camera, but this is a good opportunity actually to show you another control. So the Proffieboard also has color changing on the fly. So to control that, hold down auxiliary and press the main button once till you hear that tone, and then you simply rotate your blade. So this is in a tri-gradient setup, so rotating the blade, and this is pretty cool because you can see the color actually starts on the end and it'll come on the way down as you're rotating. So I'm rotating now through pink and through orange, through blue, and you just keep, or you can alternatively you can swing the blade and it will actually change when you swing it. So when you're in this mode, keep twisting the blade until you get to a color that you like, and then press the button once and it's going to save. Now it's not going to move anymore. And you did request I leave save state turned on, so that's going to stay saved like that, even with the kill switch on and off. Okay, next font, Rogue Commander. This is a rainbow blade. It's got a strobe effect. And this is the battery font that I was telling you about. So that is the battery level. That's Darth Sidious with his unlimited power. You can see that the blade is almost 100%. The battery is almost 100% full because it's at the tip of the blade. This will come down and down and down. It'll go to yellow and down to, I think it goes to orange, red or green. I honestly can't remember. But it does 3 different colors. When it comes down, it'll let you know that the battery is being drained. So we're repositioned a little bit here, and I'm just gonna hit the auxiliary and go to the next font, which is back to the start. So this is back to the ESB font. Let's actually go one more to the father font because I want to show you a couple more controls. So red blade, and this is your auxiliary button. You just press it for blaster effects. This is just your clash effect, just by hitting the blade. If you hold the main button and give a clash, it gives lock up. if you hold them, if you do the exact same thing but point downwards, you get tip drag, like the effect that you're dragging along the ground, and it'll do the exact same if you like stab. So if I stab my hand, for example, you see how you twist the blade around, and it gives the effect that you're like melting through the wall. It's called melt effect. So those are those couple of effects, and to turn on without any noise, you double tap. Let me try that again. Double tap. There we go. So double press the button. It turns on silent. And there's one more that I'm forgetting. I showed you backwards. I showed you forwards. I showed you volume. Oh, yes, force effects is the last one I'm forgetting. So force effects is while the blade is on, hold down the button for 1 second. And there's some dialogue and some force effects built in here, and they'll come on at random. So hold down for 1 second.
Give yourself to the dark side. I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Some random quotes in there.
Give yourself.
It'll just come on randomly. Let's try the next one. Let's try the Kylo Ren. So Kylo Ren's blade is on.
I'll show you the dark side.
Is your quartz. That's a force effect. So that is pretty much it. This is your recharge port. It's going to come with your charger and your on-off kill switch again. So let me reposition back in here, and I'm going to take the blade back out, and I'm going to show you your chassis. Okay, so blade is out. This chassis is fully removable with your Deluxe KR Sabers blade holder. So open this up, take out your clamp card just to save it falling out, put it to one side, and you're going to take out this glass eye, screw it all the way out, put it to one side, and then give your chassis a gentle shake from side to side while tugging it, and the whole thing will come out like so. So as I mentioned, this is the Goth3D Knight chassis. It's been painted in gold as requested. This is a rub and buff, so it's been painted and rubbed, and it gives that kind of a shiny metallic look, and then it's been given one clear coat of matte finish to keep the paint on. This is your KR Sabers Deluxe blade holder with all the little greeblies and trimmings. Of course, you've got your stock Neopixel V3 connector in there. Let's just switch it on so I'll show you the nice light shine through from the nice light shining through your Deluxe blade holder. And that is your chassis. Again, you have your real quartz crystal and your 3D printed parts around the crystal. You have your spinning pommel to reveal your accent Neopixels. And in here is going to be your Proffieboard. So you open up this door for access to your Proffieboard, and this comes straight off. This is removable. So here you see your Proffieboard with the Bluetooth module sitting on top. So, as you mentioned, you're going to, get into learn how to code the fonts. I'm just going to give you a quick little guide. You're going to need to get yourself a straight USB connector like this, and it's going to click in like this, and you can push it all the way in, like so. That's to access your board. To get your SD card out, you're going to need a little pair of tweezers like this, and reach in and grab your SD card like this and pull it straight out. I'm not going to pull it out right now, but that's the way. It's a little tricky to get in and out, but once you get the hang of it, you'll get there. As I mentioned, the Bluetooth module is sitting on top here. I have put non-conductive tape on the bottom of it, so it's not going to bridge any pads or anything like that. It's going to be just fine. If you're needing to set up your board in Arduino for the first time and you need to press the buttons, it does raise the slightest bit. Before I do this, I'm going to switch off the Saber. That's important. Switch off the Saber completely before touching the board with anything that's kind of, you know, maybe conductive like these tweezers. So this board, this lifts up just enough. You can see that. It lifts up just enough to get the tweezers in there and press the button. So I left it purposely like that so that you can press those buttons. You're going to need probably a tweezer on each side, because you need to press both those buttons in there at the same time to connect your board to Arduino on your computer. It's a little bit tricky. Like I said, you're going to need tweezers each side and press the button. The good news is you only need to do that once, and not just even once for this Saber, once for any Saber per computer. So once your computer is set up with Arduino by pressing these two buttons underneath the Bluetooth module here, you never have to do it again with that computer. It will recognize any board. But that will be in a YouTube tutorial that I believe you said you were looking to learn from. There is some good ones out there. Megtooth Sith is pretty good. I can send you some links if you just request that from me. And there, I popped the board back on. So that's it. So next I'm gonna show you the Bluetooth setup. So I'm just gonna grab my iPad, and I have not connected this Bluetooth board to my iPad before. And the reason I've done that is because I want to show you how to connect it the first time. I did connect it to my phone, which I'm currently filming on, and so just to test it, so it's all working on my phone. So let me just sign into my iPad. All right, so you're gonna get this Force Sync app. It's gonna be free on the App Store. And once let me just switch the Saber on. So Saber switched on. The app is searching for Sabers, and there we go. There's your FSC B2909. When you touch this, it's going to ask you for a code, just like this. First time, just 4 zeros, 0, 0, 0, 0, pair, and that's it. Then you should be able to scroll over. You're going to need this one. It's going to be Proffieboard. Okay, Proffi TS. Touch on it, and that's pretty much it. Now you're going to be paired. Remote control is the main one you're going to use, and on, off, play your music. Has all the controls in here to on, flash, blast, force, your guide, your lockup. It's going to be able to change your preset. And what's also pretty cool here is you can control your volume. So you see the volume is at the moment at 1200. And that's pretty much it for the app. It also shows your presets on here, so you can have a look at the list of presets. If it loads, it takes a second to load, but yeah, I just had it, and there we go. So this is, you got your ESP, father, unstable, fire, electric staff. And it shows the track that's in it as well, and a list of your music tracks. But really, the remote control is the one you're going to use. It also shows your 99% battery. The remote control is really the one you're going to use most of the time. And I'm just going to exit out of that and show you again. Because once you're connected with the 4 zeros, you only have to do that once. Now it should just recognize. So again, it's searching for Sabers. Hit on the Bluetooth, and now I don't have to enter the code again, but you're going to get this screen every time, and you're going to have to scroll to Proffi every time and touch Proffi, and then you're going to get your remote control. Now I have heard that in the community. I've heard rumors that this app is going to be updated. It's going to be made better, that you can, you know, control your colors maybe and stuff like that. But for right now, this is pretty much all it is. I mean, it still works great, but it's kind of basic. It just gives you your on or off, your volume, your presets, and your controls. So that is it. That is it for your Bluetooth.
Interesting question.
That was Siri thinking I was speaking to her on my Bluetooth, or on my my iPad rather. So that's pretty much it. I've shown you Bluetooth. I've shown you your charger, your USB connection, how to remove your chassis, your controls, your buttons, your turn on and off, your kill switch. So let's now just show you how to put it back together. So you're going to grab it like this and make sure that this hole and this hole line up. Carefully insert it, make sure this is open. Carefully insert it, very, very gently. Don't ever push too hard or force anything. If it's not going, just give it a slight wiggle. See that I'm just giving it a slight wiggle. Now, this button here, you want to hold it all the way up with your finger when you're inserting. And just keep giving a slight wiggle. You'll see this start to appear. Keep wiggling it until that goes all the way in like that. So you see that circle has to go all the way in. Just a little wiggle from side to side. That's me just pressing the button by mistake. Let me just turn off the saber when doing this is best actually. So saber is fully off, button is held up, wiggle it in until you go all the way up, and then screw on your glass eye. This switch you don't ever have to take off. It does screw off, but you have no reason to ever take it off. It works just fine. So let's switch the saber on. I'm gonna go back to let's leave it on Darth Vader's font. We'll switch the saber on just to I want to show you that it is a little muffled with this on. So you hear it's nice and loud at the moment. Now I'm gonna put this on and let you hear it. It's a little muffled, but you picked a good model because these are sound venting. It's not as muffled as most. So these are these rivets are holed all the way through to vent the sound. So when you're putting this on, like I mentioned before, it is pretty tight. So just wiggle it a bit and twist it a bit if needs be. It will go. You see, like that. And then you're gonna line up this hole with these slots. And when you're putting it in, if needs be, give a little squeeze and a little wiggle and go all the way up. And then twist all the way to the right, and you can even give a little tug back down to close that gap. See that gap right there? You can give a little tug back down. So all the way over, pull back down. That's your saber back together. Insert your clamp card, close your clamp, and that is it. So now you can hear that with the pommel on, it's a little bit more muffled, but you do get some venting out through these holes. And then you can pop your blade plug back in, tighten your screw, and that is it. I hope you enjoy your new saber. Shipping out to you tomorrow. A lot of fun building these Graflex as always. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. May the Force be with you.